Am I the a-hole for demanding that my stepbrother start seeing his son again before I give him money for his pregnant girlfriend? I gotta be honest. I see a title like this, and I'm like, well, yeah, clearly, you're the a-hole. If you're putting demands on someone and making them jump through hoops before you give them money, that's kind of blackmail. Hey, I'm going to give you money, but you got to do something for me first. Okay, let's hold that thought. I'm a 40-year-old male. My stepbrother, who's a 32-year-old male, has a son who's 4 from his previous marriage to Emily, 29 female. Their relationship after the divorce has been turbulent to say the least. Well, yeah, that's why they got divorced. Like, how many married people are like, oh my goodness, we're just so in love. Things are just so great. Crazy thought. Let's get divorced. I digress. So they weren't getting on. They got divorced. They're still not getting on. No mystery there. He used to be more involved in his son's life. Well, yeah, because he probably lived in the same house before he got his ass kicked out. Again, I digress. But last year, they had a dispute over child support. And since then, he hasn't really seen him. The old child support dispute. Let's park that. I've tried to help them to patch things up for the sake of the kid. But it's been impossible. I stay in touch with Emily and occasionally see her and the child. I also cover the boy's health care. Now, I don't know this guy, OP, but I've read enough of these Am I the A-hole stories to know that a lot of the time, all the time, OP is generally making themselves out to be the saint. Oh my goodness, am I in the wrong? Am I the a-hole? You know, my neighbour kept throwing crap over my fence and, I did nothing. In fact, I took them dinner, I bought them movie tickets, but they just kept yelling at me. Am I in the wrong? Actually, I've got a neighbour that throws crap over my... That's another story. So OP is the saint here in the story. He's trying to help his brother to patch things up. He's seen the ex-girlfriend and the kid and paying for the boy's health care. What a saint. Last month, my stepbrother called me. He's been dating his current girlfriend, 25, for a couple of months. And he told me she's pregnant. How far along is she? They're a couple of months into the relationship. She's already pregnant. Either they didn't waste any time, or it's not his kid. I digress. They're genuinely happy about it. I tried to be supportive, but I felt that it was questionable that he was jumping in and having another child so quickly. How old is this guy? OP's 40, the stepbrother's 32. Doesn't really say much about the relationship, but it kind of feels like OP's always stepping up and trying to be the dad here. But he's not happy that his brother's having a kid so quickly. The bigger issue came when he asked me for money, something he does occasionally, saying he needed help supporting his girlfriend through the pregnancy because she doesn't have a job and his salary is low. OP, does your brother always come to you for help? Like, oh, I've already got a kid. I'm not paying child support for that kid. My stepbro, he's, footing the bill for that. Good on you, mate. Got this new girlfriend. She doesn't have a job. My salary sucks. I don't even earn that much. But old mate stepbro, he'll step in and foot the bill for this one as well. So, OP, it's possible that you are the a-hole because you're kind of enabling your stepbrother to rely on your handouts and not step up to the plate. The fact that he even knows that he can come to you for money, that's obviously something that you've supported throughout your lifetime together. I was frustrated by the whole situation, but I tried to approach it constructively. I offered to help financially with the pregnancy. Now, here it is. I offered to help financially with the pregnancy if he repaired his co-parenting relationship with Emily and started seeing his son regularly again. Okay, so you're putting conditions on this. Yeah, I'll throw some money your way, but first you've got to do this. Either give him the money or don't. Don't put conditions on it. Either you want to help him financially or you don't. And the fact that he's coming to you for financial help leads me to think that you may not be the a-hole here. You might actually be a genuinely nice, generous guy. I'll take my hat off to you. But you're certainly not helping your brother and in fact you are possibly enabling him. I offered to help financially with the pregnancy if he repaired his co-parenting relationship with Emily and started seeing his son regularly again. I even offered to help with his child support arrears. Okay, so your brother's in debt to his ex-wife, not paying his child support. The more helpful thing would be, hey dude, get off your ass, get a job. Or he's got a job, but he doesn't earn much. Well, step up, get a better job, get a second job, get an education, go back to school, whatever you need to do to man up and be the father that you should be to your existing child, as well as the father you need to be to your new child that's on its way. I'm not here to just give you handouts and keep paying money to support you and your family, your ex-wife, your first son, your unborn child that's coming. The best way I can help you as a brother is to kick your backside and get you to step up and take responsibility. That's what you should be doing, OP. He got offended. Well, yeah, I don't doubt that. Because it seems to me that until now, the only thing you've taught him is how to rely on you for handouts, how to come to you for handouts. Now you're turning around saying, I'm not going to give you money for your pregnant girlfriend. I will, and I will support you, but only if you jump through these little hoops that I've created for you. So, of course, he's offended by that. He's also thinking, well, dude, either help me or don't, but don't put conditions on the whole thing. So he got offended, and he insisted that he obviously wanted to see his son, but claimed it was entirely Emily's fault that he hadn't. Not going there. Don't know. There's always two sides to every argument, to every relationship. For us to sit here and only go on what OP has to say about his stepbrother and his stepbrother's relationship with his first wife, we don't know. He says he wants to see his son. He said Emily, his first wife, made it difficult for him. Perhaps she did. Perhaps she didn't. We don't know. He said he needed to focus on his girlfriend and the upcoming baby right now, and that it wasn't the time to deal with his issues with Emily. He said he might revisit them after the new baby is born. Yeah, the dude's got a lot on his plate. Whether you like it or not, whether it's right or wrong, he's got a kid on the way. He's got a new relationship. He's with a girlfriend. They're happy and they're excited about the baby coming along. That doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't want to see his son. He says that, I want to see my kid, but Emily's made it really hard and it's a big problem and I don't want to deal with it right now. And, I get that. He doesn't want to deal with it right now. Right now, his focus is on his new baby that's coming and his new girlfriend and the life that they're making together. Whether it's right or wrong, we can sit here and say, oh my goodness, the dude can't even afford to pay child support and he's gone off and got some other woman pregnant. Well, yeah, that's exactly what he's done. And we can sit here and say, well, OP, you keep stepping up and paying for this guy to make mistakes throughout his life. He's not going to learn. I told him that wasn't acceptable and that if he stayed in that position, I couldn't help him financially. I couldn't. Just couldn't help him. You couldn't or you wouldn't? You wouldn't. You shouldn't. He got really upset and accused me of not caring about him or his new family and of siding with Emily, which isn't true. Okay. Well, don't know anything about OP's brother. Don't know anything about OP. Only going on what we've got here. The bottom line is, OP's brother has gone through life getting handouts from OP, by the sound of it. OP's brother was married, has a 4-year-old son. They've split up. He's not contributing, for whatever reason, financially. So OP in the story is like, you know what, I'll take care of this. OP's brother has now gone, met another girl, and he's entitled to do that. He's allowed to move on with his life. Now she's pregnant, 2 months into their dating. OP's not happy about it. He's like, oh my goodness, I'm not very happy that they hooked up so quickly and now she's pregnant. He's coming to me for money. And yeah, rightfully so. I get that OP's disgruntled about this because in OP's eyes, he's like, oh my goodness, my stepbrother, he's such a deadbeat. Can't afford to pay the right amount of support to his existing son, so I'm doing it, or I'm helping them financially. I'm covering all the healthcare expenses for my nephew because my deadbeat brother won't. He doesn't even see the kid. but I still maintain a relationship because I want to see my nephew, we assume. Haven't heard from him for a while. Calls me last month. This is OP. Oh, I've got this new girlfriend. Oh, and by the way, she's pregnant. Oh, and by the way, can I have some money? That sounds like the kind of relationship they've got. So yeah, I get it. OP. You're over it. You're burnt out. You've had enough. So I'm going with actually OP. You are kind of the a-hole, in a sense. And you sound like, if this is genuine, which again we don't know, but it sounds like you're a good guy. You care about this kid's welfare. He's your nephew after all. Your brother won't step up, so you have. That's great. But I also think that you're 40, your stepbrother's 32, so there's 8 years difference between you two. Your stepbrother's probably looked up to you through life as an older brother, possibly a father figure. There's no mention of mum and dad in this story. So maybe he's looked up to you. He's kind of like your little 8-year younger protege. Now, you've had plenty of opportunity to teach him how to be a man and how to do the right thing. You've had plenty of opportunity to say, bro, you're a father, you're a husband, man up. Or bro, you and your wife have split up, but you've still got a son to take care of, so take care of him. You now have had the opportunity, rather than saying, got my brother on the phone saying, oh, I've got this girl pregnant and, we need help financially because she doesn't work and my job doesn't pay much. Well, this isn't the time to make deals and say, well, mate, if you see your ex-wife, if you start seeing your son, I will support you financially. That's not a life skill. That's not teaching your brother value, respect, responsibility. This is the opportunity where you tell him to man up. Oh, I've got a job that doesn't pay well. So get a job that does. Get a second job. Go back to study at night time, weekends. Better yourself. Do better in life. Having a low-paying job might be fine if you're young and single, but when you've got a wife, ex-wife, and a child, and one on the way, having a low-paying job isn't an option, unless you've got an enabling brother who's constantly giving you handouts, which falls onto OP for being that guy. So OP, in my opinion, the best thing you can do for your brother, the old give a man a fish or teach him to fish, you're constantly throwing fish at him. Here, eat, eat, eat. You're throwing money at him. That's not teaching him how to be a man and take care of himself and his family. You've got to teach him those skills. Dude, get a job. I've got a job. Get a better job. There are no jobs. Okay, fine. Then be more valuable to your current employer. Ask for a raise. How can I be of better service in my organisation? Can I get more hours? Can I take on more responsibility here so that I get paid more? Is there something I can be doing after work or on weekends before my new child comes along? Because I didn't do a very good job with my first child financially. Kind of had to rely on my brother to help me out. That's embarrassing. But this time around, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be more. I'm going to show up bigger in life. I'm playing on a bigger stage here. I've got a new wife or girlfriend. Got a new baby on its way. I'm going to man up and take responsibility. You're 32 years old. You're not 22. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Who's in the wrong here? The original question is from OP. Am I the a-hole for demanding that my stepbrother start seeing his wife, his ex-wife, or at least his son, before I give him money for his new girlfriend and their pregnancy? That's the question. You've heard my view on it. OP sounds like a genuinely nice guy, but in actual fact, he's not doing his brother any favours whatsoever. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.